Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tassos and here we're discovering or rediscovering some horror or science fiction related goodies. For tonight's video, we're going to be talking about Junji Ito's Cat Diary, and this is a gift. This is something that I got very recently in my hands. I got a little late because of delivery, but my friend Rafa, my buddy Rafa, gave this to me for my birthday, and thank you very much if you're watching. You should be watching, you son of a bitch. Junji Ito's Cat Diary. If you're not familiar with this guy, this is an incredible manga artist that got famous over the past few years for his work on horror stories. Some of his biggest hits are Uzumaki and Tomie, and he also has some of his stories adapted into anime form. I think it's also on Netflix. So, Junji Ito, great work, and this is like a double combo for me because I'm a huge cat person. Even though I don't have a cat, I wish I had like a different place so I could have a cat. It's kind of weird here where I'm residing right now. But yeah, that's besides our point. This is, and I was very surprised because I was expecting a full-on, totally balls to the wall story where it goes like paranormal, like entirely. And you know, if you ask me, cats are the perfect kind of animals to do that thing, to create horror stories with. Because cats can be weird and very scary at times, but also really cute and really fun at the same time. But no, this is actually a self-parody by the writer himself. See, like the guy on the cover art is Junji Ito himself, how he depicts himself actually. And this is his real life story, how he turned from a dog person to a cat person. And there's some hilarious stories in there. Of course, he uses his very special style, implementing some of his unsettling imagery, in creating some really creepy panels through the story. And, you know, there is a little splashes of horror here or there. It's Junji Ito, how could it not be? But the stories in this one are actually real. And I was amazed how he actually took something that's real and, you know, peppered it a little bit, spiced it a little bit, just as much as it was needed so that you could also have a little bit of horror element here and there. So it's about him and his two cats, Yon, who's like the big cat over here, and Mu, like the round rotund cat that he's holding. And you can see like the cat on the back has a face, like a ghostly face on its back, and that is also used a little bit to create some sense of mystery or some sense of the reader. When I first read it and when I first saw like the panel with that face on the cat, I thought, oh, this is gonna be something paranormal, isn't it? But of course, I'm not gonna say if there's something there or not because I don't want to spoil the whole thing to you. Like, this was a super fun read for me, and you should go ahead and get it. Like, it's incredible. But here's the kicker. I'll show you this photo. That are his actual cats, were his actual pets, and there are some photos of these actual cats. And Yon does have that pattern on his fur. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna just show you this photo over here. Look, I'm sorry, like, look, see? That's Yon. That's the face on the cat's back. It's incredible. So, oh, don't fall. I'm gonna talk about you sometime. Wow, an incredible read, if you ask me. It was a trip. Thank you, Rafa, for buying me this. It also has on the back, because this is like a special collector's edition. It doesn't cost that much. It's not like collector's edition balls to the wall video games. It's different. So it also has a bunch of interviews. Maybe it's just an interview, but it's plenty of questions answered by the man himself, Junji Ito, at the back of the book. And I found the questions and his answers very interesting. Apparently, he's a guy that's also very interested in comedy. Some of his earlier stories revolve around comedy. So he's an incredible manga artist. He has this amazing way of getting a face and turning it into something really unsettling. But I also understood why this thing didn't work in, at least not so good in anime form, because the panels that in which he's using to exaggerate some facial expressions and ultimately makes it this unsettling doesn't work in a sense of an animated thing, something that lasts like seconds or something. Doesn't translate that well. But in terms of having these faces or expressions in one panel, it works really, really good. And this is one of the main reasons I'm going after some of his other work, like Tomie or maybe Uzumaki. I'll definitely do that because there's like a bunch of stories that this guy, I love horror. This is like a self parody, so this is like a real story, his real life story, and something else. Here is like basically, for the most part, like the story, him, his wife, his cats, and even some of his family is shown, like his father-in-law, his mother-in-law, but mainly about him and his wife and the cats. The way he depicts his wife in the panels of this comic book, this manga, I have to say this one thing. Junji Ito, you have balls of steel. Like, he depicts his wife with a face, with such a face, like with devoid of any pupils, really unsettling smile. Like, I wouldn't want to be with that person. Like, when you see that on the panel, I wouldn't want to be with that person in a dark alley. And he does that, like, to exaggerate things, to create unsettling imagery. He also does this with himself in the panels of the comic book. I felt like, holy God, this guy's a genius. And this guy has balls of steel, actually, because his wife also read this. So, oh my God, what are you doing, Junji Ito? You're my idol at this point. Okay, so Junji Ito's Cat Diary, Yon and Mu, an incredible read, really fun. If you're a cat person, you'll love this even more. If you just like this guy's work, you're familiar with it, you'll love it. It's basic Junji Ito stuff, but turning it into a parody about himself. So, guys, that's all I wanted to say. There's plenty of these to come. We're going to be talking about movies, books, anime, manga, anything. Of course, I'm going to try my best to have these things in my collection before I talk about them. And, that was my very first video, my very first attempt at bringing you something that I absolutely also love, because it's not just about video games. I also love these stuff like surrounding pop culture, 80s movies, the works. So, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one, and stay tuned because there's gonna be lots more of that. And thanks for watching. Yeah, see you next time. Bye.